Okay guys, I'm now all alone in the house. Could you show yourself to me, please? Or talk to me? There's been many families come and go from this house, and some said to still be here. And that's what intrigues us. How is it possible? How is it possible for someone who passed away many, many years ago to still come in this room and show themselves to people through that window? How is it possible? The thing is, this could actually be a residual haunting, which means you have to be here at the right time of day, night, whatever, right time of year, to catch that moment. And we know that this is how the paranormal works, guys. It's guaranteed that the chances are it's going to be a quiet night. And so far, it's been just that. You've been seen in the garden. Walking around outside. Could you show yourself out there? Oh, okay, so I've now come into Liam's stepson's room. I'm just going to sit here for a while. I've now come into Liam's stepson's room. Hey, how's it going? Where are we? Where are we?
What's going on here? I'm ready.
Where are we? We're there.
Why am I looking that way? Which way have I got to look?
Just straight ahead.
Right.
How's it going, guys? Thank you all
Great.
for joining. Can we get a mic check? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? 1, 2.
Oh man, we've had a mad half an hour, haven't we, Mark, setting up this stream.
Typical, isn't it?
Literally wires everywhere.
I haven't a clue, by the way.
Mark was just spectating.
Hello. Yeah. Oh.
But are we good? Can we get a sound check?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we're good. Nice. Cheers, guys. Thank you all for joining once again. 232 people in here already.
Mint.
Good stuff, isn't it?
I'm nervous, I am. I am honest. Well,
You're
come on,
always
whatever.
nervous, aren't you?
Weird, isn't it?
Lives are nerve-wracking, though, to be fair. I do get a little bit nervous on the lives. Yeah, we appreciate everyone for coming in. Hope you've all had a good day.
What a night at work.
Yeah,
Red hot in his man.
really warm. Really, really warm. So, who have we got? Let's start from that. Oh, God, I hate this part.
God,
Sarah Lee, Tracy G,
hey up, Trace.
Mystic, Sarah, Who else have we got? Rune.
I just can't see anything.
God, it's just a blip. Dealey Boy.
Yep, Dealey Boy, you're all right.
Chris Matthews. Collie. Oh my God, my eyes are going.
I just can't see anything.
It's just one big blur.
Have you got any glasses?
I'm supposed to wear them, but I don't, do I? Paul Dolling. I think I've said that right. I don't know. North Sea. Andrew Swift. iPie. Shannon. Put your glasses on, Mark, so you can see, mate. My eyes are shocking. Can you see with them? Can you see better with them?
Yeah.
We've got Kaz. Slick666. Welcome in. Chris Banks. Punky. Go on, Mark, you do a bit of reading. See the names. You've got your glasses on, I can't see.
You're getting deaf fast, though.
Sorry, mate, I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down a bit.
Still can't see right. I'm going to have your eyes tested again.
Yeah. Where did you get them ones from? Specsavers? Or Pound Shop? Are
No,
they them
Basil.
cheap reading ones?
Down Basil.
Basil.
Yeah.
Cheap
Queen
reading
Street.
glasses. Done a cut it, does it? Done a cut it.
Janice.
I think most... Yeah,
James.
we've got
Loads, isn't there?
Janine. Paranormal Monkey. Justin, how's it going, mate? Hope you're well.
Just like to say to Aunt Millie, get that apple cider vinegar down your neck, mate. Do you the world of good.
Why is he not well?
Yeah, I've just told him about it, how the benefits of apple
Oh,
cider
yeah.
vinegar and the lemon juice and everything like.
Yeah, you have all that stuff, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Firefly Callie. Sorry if we've missed anyone, by the way, guys. It's just one big, massive blur as I'm scrolling
Just
down.
bleeding all the time, isn't it?
Firefly. Rach. Punky Pixie. Michelle Davies Burton. God, it is one. Kristen.
I'd like to say hi to Kelly as well. Not Kelly, Kerry. What a nightmare I am.
Your names are terrible.
Honest.
Blue Sky Lisa. Mark's Random Curiosities. Shaz.
See better now.
See better now. Yeah. See, it's them cheap glasses. Do you know, this is what I don't understand. Like, people who need glasses go to the pound shop and buy them cheap reading glasses. They don't cut it, do they?
No.
Get yourself Specsavers, mate, and get some decent pair.
Get one some free as well from there.
Yeah. Buy one, get one free, aren't they? Cindy. Susan. Oh, man, I've had enough of that. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Sorry, we're not as good as Beardo and them. They're like pros at the naturals. I just haven't got it in me. Sorry, guys, but welcome to every single one of you in the chat. We really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you all for your support over the past couple of months. The support has been amazing. The views have been up. That just goes to show that, you guys are tuning in every week. I see the same people commenting on the videos as well, which always helps push the videos out. Yeah. We really do appreciate that, guys. Rolana, thank you so much for the gifted Ghost on Trent membership.
Nice one, thank you.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yes, Father's Day.
Beardo, welcome in, mate. Thank you so much for bringing everyone over.
Yeah, nice one, mate, thank you.
Really appreciate that. So, yes, why we're live tonight. So we've left it for a
few weeks, isn't it?
A couple of weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks, I want to say. Where we haven't put anything out regarding this footage, only the footage again, showing it again, slow motion and what have you. Only because we've just been so busy, guys. Mark's been working. I've been doing a bit of overtime as well, but I have got little in at home as well. So, it's very difficult to jump on a live and explain things. We would rather do it this way, wouldn't we, on live, explain to people.
I want to see what other people have got to think.
And see what other people think as well. HM Paranormal Detective, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate that, mate.
Nice one.
So yeah, here we are to discuss the figure in the window. So I'm going to let Mark give you his thoughts first. Sorry, put you on the spot, mate. We have got.
I don't know.
We've got Liam, who's going to be joining us. He's waiting to come in now. He'll give you his thoughts. and then I'll keep you guys waiting
No.
for my thoughts on it.
My thoughts.
What are your thoughts on that, mate?
My thoughts on that figure is, I think we've captured something.
Do you?
I really do, honestly, because it's a full figure, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did he call it? What?
Pareidolia.
If it's pareidolia, why is everybody seeing a woman? Everybody's seeing the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
And if it's pareidolia, whatever you call it, why wasn't it a tree? And you asked about showing yourself in the window, and then suddenly you turn and there's something there like that. I don't know. It's just weird, mate. I think we've caught something. I really do. That's my thoughts, and what I think is what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's your opinion,
that's
mate,
my
and
opinion, mate, you know what I mean?
you're entitled to it.
Yeah.
Now,
Which is weird.
I must admit,
Well, what do you think?
well, I'm not going to give my thoughts on it just yet,
Just
but
put me straight on the spot. You know.
But I must admit, when I first saw it, I thought, pareidolia, yeah, that's pareidolia. But then the more and more
more
I've
you
looked
look
at
at
it, it's
People say, "Oh, you want to see what you only if you want to see a woman there, you'll see a woman there." No, there's hundreds of people who've seen it, and if they tell the truth, what do they see if they look in that window?
yeah,
And you've asked for it to appear in that window.
yeah.
I don't, mate. I'm telling you, I don't know, but I think we've. It's a massive coincidence, isn't it?
It is a big coincidence. Big coincidence.
What a coincidence!
I'm
The
sick
lady
of
in the bay
coincidences.
window, and there's a woman standing in the window.
Yeah. So anyway, before I go further and give my opinion on it, I want to bring Liam in. But first of all, I want to say the Ghost Squad, thank you, Ghost Quad, sorry, not
Quad.
Ghost Squad. I keep saying squad when I mention you guys now. Now, I want to give these a massive shout out. Go over and subscribe to their channel. These were originally Haunted Echoes Limited,
Oh
Ltd.
right, is that who it is?
Yeah, it's Ian.
Oh right,
Ian and Andy.
Wow.
These guys actually borrowed us the cameras that we
yeah.
use for static cams for this investigation, the Lady
Thanks
in
a
the
lot
Bay
for
window
that.
investigation.
Nice one, Ian. And Andy, is it Andy? Yeah.
Andy, yeah.
Nice one.
We want to give a massive thank you to you guys.
Yeah.
We owe you one. We'll be working with you very soon, definitely. Go over to their channel, guys. Show them a bit of support. Subscribe to them, and really appreciate the $9.99, mates. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beardo, become a member. Cheers, Beardo. Appreciate
Cheers,
it, mate.
Beardo. About time.
Right, so let's get Liam in.
Hey up, Mocky.
Hey up, mate.
Hey up, how are we doing? You all right?
How you doing, Ian?
Yeah,
I'm
so
good.
See what I mean?
I'm good. Happy Father's Day to one and all and everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, mate.
Yeah, same to you,
Thank
Mocky.
you very much. Thank you. You want to know
How's
what I
things?
think, don't you?
No, let's talk about how things are first, mate. Let's not
Okay.
that's fine. Jump straight
That's
in.
fine. Yeah, that's cool. All good. I've had the last week off, as you're well aware. I've been up in the lakes with my family, so I've had a nice week off. So back to work tomorrow after a week off. So that could be chaos. But yeah, it's been a good week, and spent it today with my dad and my son and my missus and stuff. So it's been nice. It's been a nice week. I'm tired though because I've had a week off with a toddler. So
Yeah,
much respect to the wife who does that
It's
every
all
day while
worth
I'm
it,
at
though.
work because it's hard work.
it is. It's very hard work, mate.
Have you recovered, Liam? Have you recovered about the shock of Sheffield United?
What about Sheffield United? We're not allowed to talk about it yet.
Oh,
No,
right.
still can't talk about football until the season starts next season. I was there at Wembley. It wasn't,
Yeah. Good day. I
not the
suppose,
best day. How are you guys? How are you keeping?
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
Sal,
mate.
mate's just busy. Really, really busy.
Did you enjoy the oatcakes, by the way?
Oh, wow,
I
yeah.
did, mate. They were lovely. Yeah, thank you for bringing those. Yeah, you brought a massive
Yeah.
bag of oatcakes around when you did the investigation, and yeah, they were lovely. So thank you very much.
Awesome.
For that. Much appreciated.
We'll bring you some more once we meet up shortly again, mate.
Definitely.
Definitely. So yes, first of all,
Yeah.
how did you find the investigation? Did it
Mate, I loved
exceed
it. I
your
loved it.
expectations, or were you
Absolutely loved
disappointed
it.
that?
And you know, from my side of things, it's a toughie because, as you are well aware, and I told you this before you came, living in this house for 20 years, yes, a lot of stuff's happened in 20 years, but it doesn't happen all the time. So I'm always a little bit nervous that you're going to turn up and nothing's going to happen and I'm going to look like an idiot. But having said that, I've seen you guys' investigations. I've known you now for a couple of years since we first spoke, and we've sort of kept in touch. I wanted you guys to come do it. I trust you. And that's why you were sort of allowed in my house to come and do the investigation. I trust you guys. I trust your thoughts on things. I know it's not going to be over-dramatized, which is exactly where I sit on things as well. And it needed to be a logical sort of paranormal investigation, which I think it was. The editing, massive props to you, Paul, for the editing side of things, because I know
Cheers, mate.
I was back and forth with you saying, when's it coming? I was probably pecking at you as much as everybody else saying, when's it coming?
Everyone was, mate. You weren't the only one.
But I think that the job that you did on the edit and getting everything together is phenomenal. It was brilliant. It's a great watch. Although I don't like listening to my own voice, it was good watching the investigation. So I loved it. It's great.
Appreciate that, mate. Nice one. It was the longest, not for the edits as such, the longest amount of time I spent analysing footage. So literally, it got to the point where I'd get little one asleep, get the headphones on, play one static camera at full volume, go and do the dishes and cleaning up whilst listening to it. And if you heard something, come running back in, stop it, right, what was that? Did anything move, or was there anything seen at the time, or was it just a noise? And I had to do that with 6 cameras. So,
mate, I know
there was a lot of footage.
Hours to pull that hour and a half together.
Yeah.
It took hours and hours and hours. I get that. So it's
did.
much appreciated. And I think I loved it. I got loads of messages through to my page saying how much people loved the sort of just watching the investigation, seeing the house as well. So sort of reading the book and seeing the house was big for some people.
Well, that was what I wanted to portray more than anything at the beginning. So obviously, everyone who's read the book wants that vision.
Yeah.
So I think we all envision things our own way once we're reading it. So, we portray our own vision, but I wanted to show the actual vision. So when you were walking around with me and Mark, and we were following you around, people were actually getting to see the book, basically. And I think that was one of the main parts. Yeah.
I think you did a grand job at it, mate. Really, really good job.
Brilliant. But yeah, there's more to come, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're very excited.
Yeah.
Ready
The invitation's out there. You know the invitation's out there for you guys. And I do want you to come back and sit down and try to, in a controlled environment, have a look at this clip that we're going to be looking at in a second. Same camera, same lighting, same weather, because it was quite a rainy night that night, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
We need to try and recreate it and see what I've done this, and you're going to show that in a bit. But it was on a night where it was raining a bit. It wasn't as heavy rain. It was on my crappy little camera, which is nothing like the things that you guys are using, these 4K jobbies. So tried to recreate it as best I could. But yeah, we need to try and do it in a controlled environment and have a look at it and see if it is what we think it might be.
Definitely. Yeah. 100%. So what about you then, Liam? What do you think? What do you think it was?
When I sat with it. So I was getting messages. I mean, you spoke to me before this went out. You spoke to me about it and said, look, there is a couple of noises. I'd not seen the video until a day before everyone else. There's a couple of noises, and I want you to have a look at something at 51 minutes in and tell me what you think. So I watched it, and the first time I watched it, I thought, whoa, what is that? And I had to rewind it and play back, probably like everyone else has done, time and time again, and freeze framed it. And I screenshotted it, and I sent it to my dad and just said, just have a look at this. What's your thoughts? What do you see here? And he sent me a picture back, which is a little bit, not creepy is probably not the right word, but it was quite nice in a way. And I'm sure you've got the picture. I don't know if you want to share that picture, Paul.
I'll share it in a moment, mate. Because after you finish, I'll put a little bit to it as to why I'm very on the fence about this.
Yes. Yeah. And don't get me wrong,
So,
I'm exactly the same. And literally, if you read the messages I've had, the comments I've seen on the videos from you guys, I've watched the 2 videos this week with Beardo and Mythos, talking about it. And
yeah,
yes, everyone can have their own opinion. I thought the videos were great, by the way, to those guys. I think they did a great job of analysing it. There's a couple of bits from a scene side of things to set the scene. There's a few comments I've said where people have said it's Paul's reflection. I know it's not your reflection. I know this house where you're sat on the bed, which is literally behind where I am now. I'm sat at that office desk in that room.
Yeah,
so
it's impossible to be my reflection.
The bed behind me, the angle that you'd be sat at would be diagonal. There's no way that can be your reflection. And you'd see the camera anyway on the reflection. So it's definitely not your reflection.
Yeah.
It's not a mark on the window. Now, if you've seen the B-rolls, which you keep showing, which is making me want to move house because they're creepy. If you see those B-rolls, my wife had me clean the house from tip to toe, like to perfection, to make it look like a bloody show home before you guys came around. I literally had the house painted and decorated the week before you came. The whole house. The windows literally were cleaned that morning. So the only thing that could have been on those windows is rain from that night. So there's no muck, there's no stain, no nothing on it. And you can see that from the other picture that I tried to recreate. I think it's 2 days later. The next day that it rained, I tried to recreate the image. And you can see that there's no markings on the window or anything. So the only thing that could have been is rain. The trees in the background, yes, could be pareidolia. I think the big thing is for me, if you look at the meaning of pareidolia, it's all about your psyche and what you think you've seen. Like if you're looking at a cloud, have you seen a dog in a cloud or whatever it might be? But I agree kind of what Mark's just said. If 100 people look at that, out of that 100 people, how many would say, I see a lady? And that gives it a sort of strong case. But then you've got to think about people who are watching it, have possibly read the book. If they haven't read the book, they know it's called The Lady in the Bay Window. And I know that's not the bay window. That's not the window that the lady's been seen at.
No.
But I can vouch for the fact that Paul was the only one in the house. I've got the CCTV footage to prove that he was the only one in the house, and I was in the pub enjoying a pint for an hour while you two did your solo sort of visuals in the house. So I know there's nobody else in the house. Somebody could have stood on that bit because there isn't a single story extension there. So somebody could have been stood outside that window, but there's nobody on the CCTV, and it would have set the Ring doorbell off, which you would have heard on the video.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking at it and I see a lady as much as everybody else does.
Yeah.
And I've seen how people have tried to explain it, but we've explained the fact that you can see in the reflection, you can see the wardrobe, you can see the chair. I get that. But then above that, you can see a head and to me, you can see a head, you can see facial features, and you can see hair. And it looks like you can see sort of down that side like an arm. To me, it looks like that. And it's not the wardrobe. You can see the reflection of the wardrobe and what I've tried to recreate. So I don't know what it is. I'd love to sit here hand on heart and say, you've captured a ghost. And I'd love it to be you guys. But I can't say that to you because I'm not 100% sure. I actually sent the photo to Beardo before I said anything about it on my socials and said, will you do me a favor, mate? I've seen your videos. Will you have a look at this and tell me what you think it is? And he can vouch for that as well. So, and I just said, just have a look at this clip and tell me at 51:21, which seems to be the magic number that everyone's banding about. Have a look at it. Tell me what you think. So that's where I am.
So I have seen the Mythos and Beardo's videos on this. Really good, thorough breakdowns. Incredible. I loved how Mythos drew out everything with the good old James Bond music in the background. I thought that was class. Yeah. And that's sort of the side that I'm leaning towards is pareidolia. But there's a big but. So I think it was about 1 or 2 days after we discussed this, you sent me this. And I'm okay to show this, Liam.
Is this the picture, what I've sent you earlier? So just to put you into sort of picture with this, I took my dad out for a meal earlier, Father's Day, and asked him if I was okay to share this tonight, because obviously it's quite close to my heart. But yeah, feel free to bring it up, and I'll sort of explain away if you like.
Okay, so you explain this away then, Liam.
So I sent my dad the picture before this went live on the Sunday, I think it was, wasn't it? Premiered on the Sunday at 8:00. I sent it to him on that Sunday day. I sent him the picture on the right-hand side and said, just have a look at this. What do you see? At the time, he was in bed, and there's a picture at the side of his bed of my mum and him on their wedding day. That's my beautiful mum, who we lost back in May 23, and the reason why I wrote the book in the first place. That's a picture of my mum on her wedding day. Now, within a minute, my dad had fired me that picture of my mum back and said, that could well be your mum. Now, my mum's been passed since May 23. That night was a very, very quiet, eerily quiet night in the house. Apart from those noises while we were out, which didn't happen all day, they literally happened while we were out. It was eerily quiet for this house. Now, I'm used to the house being quite loud, and you probably saw that in the video. I've got 2 dogs. I've got a toddler. It's normally quite a vibrant house. But it was eerily quiet. And I think if I wanted to believe this, if it was my mum, it'd be lovely if it was. It'd be the sort of thing she'd do to support the cause, to show up and sort of put herself in the window and say, you have captured something, but do it sort of discreetly. So it'd be lovely to think that that was the case, but it does bear a striking sort of resemblance to that photo, which is kind of...
I just want to pull up, sorry Liam, I just want to pull up the enhanced version that you've enhanced as well, because there is a different version, which is more enhanced than this.
It's just got a different filter on it, that's all.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you make of that, guys? I mean,
I don't want you to think I'm crackers and saying this is definitely my mum stood at the window.
I tell you what, Liam.
I just wanted to share it with you because I went oof when I saw it. I kind of went oof.
I did when you sent me that, and I had a look at that. I thought, wow, because you can actually see, the hair. The hair's exactly the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's so strange.
The face.
I just want to show
the same as well. That's the.
Yeah.
I just want to show this comment. Oh, hi, Katie. Hope you're well.
Yeah.
Our brains are hardwired to join the dots and fill in the blanks.
I agree.
And that's how we have to look at it.
Yeah.
In theory. I mean, but this is a difficult one for us because this is your mum. And if you're taking comfort from this, I don't want to say, sorry, Liam, that's not your mum, that's pareidolia. You know, I don't want to be...
Either way, it wouldn't get me like that. Like, I loved my mum. My mum was great. I'd love it to be her. But if you turned around and said, or if anybody turned around and scientifically proved that it was pareidolia, said to me it's pareidolia. But it just bears a bit of a resemblance, that's all. So that's why I thought I'd share it with you guys and really have a look at it, and you've got the full picture.
Yeah, it really, really does. And that's what makes it so difficult for me
it's just
to pass judgment on it. So from my point of view, let's take this image out of the equation. Yeah? This would be easier for me to take that away. I'm saying it's pareidolia.
Yeah.
Now, when you bring this image in and you say, I think it could be my mum, I'm more than happy for you to think that because I can't disprove that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult and I have to remain very respectful in my opinion.
To be fair, I spoke to my dad about it earlier and he was like, look, it could be, it might not be. But it's just a bit weird that
nobody knows, do you?
One picture he's got in his bedroom at the side of the bed. And he sort of sent me back straight away. As soon as he saw this, he sent me that back within a minute. So he saw the resemblance without like questioning straight away. And don't get, like I say, I'm not disheartened. If this, like, I might come across crackers saying it looks like my mum at the window, but it genuinely does a bit.
I think it is your mum. I honestly think, by looking at that now, it's just, it's like, wow.
It doesn't, to sort of put you in the picture as well, it doesn't resemble what people have seen of the old lady. It doesn't look anything like what everyone's told me about the old lady. She was 70s, 80-year-old, permed grey, short hair, black cardigan. Majority was with a black cardigan, white blouse. There were 2 sightings of her in like a white nightgown, which, to be fair, that could be a white nightgown. If you looked at it objectively, it could be. But yeah, it doesn't resemble the lady that's been seen in the house.
No, it doesn't. It's just, if it is pareidolia, it's just the best I've ever seen. And why would it resemble that photograph so perfect?
Yeah, but you've got to remember that, you know, what Katie's just said there, our brains are hardwired to join the dots and fill in the blanks. So your brain will instantly say yes. You know,
well, it's just that there's no hesitation at all when you look at Liam's mum, God bless her, and that. It's no hesitation to say, my God. If it's pareidolia, you'd be, I don't know, you know, I can see another face there, or, you know, I can see a tree. You know what I mean?
But then before this, it was pareidolia for me.
Yeah.
You bring this image into it, yes, there's a resemblance.
Yeah, it's a real hard one, but
it's, you know, that's my opinion though, because I might offend people in the chat. I've just seen one comment, but that's your opinion, Paul, and which it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's my opinion.
Everyone's got an opinion. That's the beauty of it. Everyone has an opinion. And it opens a discussion, doesn't it?
Opinions, I say, are like arseholes. Everybody's got one.
Everybody's got one.
There you go.
Everyone's got one. But yeah, it's very interesting to say the least. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out there that you know, we're not saying it's very difficult. I'm not saying that is a ghost. I'm not.
No.
I'm saying that is pareidolia.
If you're going to see a ghost, then what are you going to see a ghost as? What would you say?
Well, that's still yet.
There's so many different people are saying, I've seen a ghost full, looking at me and you now.
Yeah.
Other people are saying, I've seen, you know, a white shadow that doesn't resemble anything, just a shape.
Yeah.
So is that, you know, I don't know.
So even Beardo's missus, he's just said, that's not pareidolia. It's too similar.
It's ridiculously similar.
It's very similar, to be fair. And like I say, as a mum goes, my mum was beautiful. And everyone will say they're the best mum in the world. Well, majority of people will. I genuinely think I did have. And it's the sort of thing, if she was going to come back and do something, that's the sort of thing she'd do, because she'd be doing it to say, it's been a quiet night for you in the house. Both have that. I'm stood at your window. It's the sort of thing she would do.
But it's nice to have. It's nice to think that. It's nice to have that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Either way, it's there.
It's there, and that's what we captured. So
exactly. Yeah.
Make of it what you will, guys.
Yeah.
Do you think that, Paul Liam? Do you think that it was behind the window or wherever it was, or do you think it was in the room and it was reflecting at the window?
I thought it looked like it was behind the window, and I genuinely, as you pan the camera, if you slowed it down, so I looked at it frame by frame, and it looks like it moves behind the window. Now, I don't know if you've got it slowed down literally to frame by frame, but you can kind of see but I don't know if it's from the camera movement or I don't know. But yeah, it's a creepy one. What's that?
Yeah. It is. So the blokes from Stoke. Hey up, lads.
How are you, my friends?
Hope you're well.
You're right.
Just, if anyone hasn't seen these pair, right, get over to their channel now and subscribe. Such a great laugh. So they travel, they mostly go to America, so Florida most of the time. They go to the Disney World and all that and they're such a laugh. And they're very local to us as well. Yeah. Even though they don't spend half the year in the country, they're always in Florida. It just makes me jealous. But cracking guys, go and check them out. Evening Ducks, late to the party tonight, but I have to say the episode was a great watch. Really appreciate it, lads. Glad you enjoyed it.
It was really good.
Let's have a look, see if we missed anything, because I want to see people's opinions.
I can't see any of the comments, by the way.
Can't you see them, Liam? Oh, I thought you could.
No, I can't. So there's a tiny little box on the screen, but I'd have to be sort of like this into the
camera. Yeah, this little tiny one.
You don't want to be looking at wrinkles in my forehead for a full episode.
So I 100% believe in spirit, but I'm just not convinced with this, and I wish I felt differently. I blame Mythos for his take on this. No, don't blame Mythos.
I thought it was
Mythos,
really
just
good.
logical. It was
I
great.
thought
It was a
video
great
great.
analysis.
To be fair, I thought it was
Yeah.
a really good analysis. I think the only thing that was wrong on it was the dirty windows. My missus would kill me if the windows were
Yeah.
dirty. So I know that the windows are mint. That's
It
the only
was. There was a lot of raindrops on
thing.
the
It was
windows.
specks. Yeah, it was specks of rain.
It was water. Yeah.
That's all.
IP gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so
Nice
much,
one.
mate.
Nice one.
We've got super chat. Slick666, thanks for the 5. Liam, I'm not a photo expert, but this is close to looking like your mum. Say to your mum, if that was you we saw, then thank you, just in case it was. Yeah?
You can certainly do that. I think
yeah.
I'm not going to do it on this video, but I'll certainly do it.
Yeah. Why not? So, Jimbo Jones, what about the noises caught off camera? What do you reckon, Liam?
Right. So it's a tough one to say from a normal day in my house because, as I've said, my house is a very vibrant house. 2 dogs running about, toddler, 2-year-old toddler, Mrs. is here. So it's quite a busy house with friends and family coming around and stuff all the time. But on that day, and I'll ask you guys this question, throughout the day, there were a couple of points actually in the video that you edited where I sit there and say it's eerily quiet. You say it's been quiet. It's like deathly quiet. You don't hear anything, any noises. I think the only noise we heard at night was at one point we heard the fridge. Now it has got an ice maker on it, but the only time that goes off is if you've used it and it's refilling, and it makes a right loud noise. It's not like a tapping, knocking sort of noise. When I listened back to those noises, my theory on it, what it sounded like, and I've recreated this, was that table in the kitchen is a pool table. It doubles as a pool table. So you take the covers off it, and it's a pool table underneath. And the pool balls are in the pockets. And it sounds like the pool balls clanking together. Now, I know you can you can put the dots together. It's another thing with a sound, with a visual. You can put the dots together in your head and say, it sounds like this. But that's my thought. That's what it sounds like to me. And I know there's been loads of different theories on this, but what are you guys thinking?
Do you know what I thought you sounded like, Liam? Cupboard doors going doom, doom. You know when you shut a cupboard door?
Could be. I think
I don't know. But
there was one noise that because I had a camera set up, and the battery only lasts 45 minutes on my rubbish little night vision camera. But when we were out, I had that as well, and that caught these noises at the same time as your cameras did for 45 minutes anyway. And we were out for an hour and 20-ish, hour and 30, I think, when we went out something to eat. One of the noises on that sounded like a latch, like a door latch. But I don't know. But what I can tell you is that we don't hear those noises. We didn't hear those noises all night when we were sat in silence. But they happened while we were out.
That was the weird one for me because don't forget we were shooting interviews with yourself and Joanne for 2 hours, and we didn't hear those noises.
No. All night. And then when we come straight back in from when we've been out, well, that kebab upset my stomach, didn't you, Lee? God almighty.
Best kebab shop in Sheffield.
I'd have said that would have been my stomach if they'd have done it again. Anyway, when we come back in, we never heard anything, did we?
No.
All night, we were sitting there, we were calling out and everything. We didn't even hear anything, did we?
No. Now, my thoughts on it, the only thing I can think of logically, in your kitchen, you've got that skylight, haven't you, Liam?
Yes.
On the extension port. Could it have been birds pecking at that skylight, or
you think they are eagles
stepping on? Well, you've heard the noises pigeons make and abandoned buildings make. Like they got Martins on.
I know what you're on about, but they were like proper. Doom.
Yeah, they were loud.
To be fair, I get where you're coming from with that because I've been in a static caravan for the last week in the lakes. And if a bird lands on the ceiling on the roof of a static caravan, it makes a right noise. I've never seen a bird. Hand on heart, I've never seen a bird or heard a bird on that roof light. And that's like we've just said, we didn't hear it for the rest of the day. It wasn't like it was these noises happened throughout the day. These noises happened when we weren't in the house. So it's a good theory, and it could be, but
A lot of people are just laughing, saying no. It's just like, well, you know,
What
I've
is
got to
it?
think logical, guys.
What does
Come
everyone
on.
else think it is? What's everyone else saying in the comments? Because
What?
I can't see these.
Yeah, yeah.
I must admit, though, there was one section where it sounded like someone was taking the shoes off. Do you know when you like just take your shoes off and throw them down on the
No,
wooden
isn't
floor?
this?
That's what it sounded like to me. One
this-
section of it, it did sound like that.
Isn't this pareidolia through hearing?
Yeah, that's
Does
what I've
anybody
just said.
can-
Yeah, you
Yeah,
join the
audio
dots, you can't-
pareidolia.
Audio
It's a thing.
pareidolia is exactly the same as what.
It's exactly, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so people might, you know, portray different sounds as something else, which we
Yeah,
all do.
exactly. This
You
is what
know,
I'm
same
saying.
with
It's
images.
I've had loads of people
it's-
message me saying they think it's somebody with a walking cane or a walking stick.
Yeah, I saw a few
Sounds
comments.
like that. Loads of people have messaged me saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's
don't-
mad, isn't it?
it's
It's
interesting.
just crazy, isn't it?
yeah.
But I agree with what Beardo was saying. The only way to sort of analyze that is to do it over a longer period and write down when they happen, what times these things are happening, and try and dead spot them
And
around the house as to where they are. But I think they were coming from different cameras, weren't they?
And you've not heard them since we've been gone then, Liam?
No. Like I said, you know that I've heard footsteps in the house, voices, and all that sort of stuff. But I've not heard those specific tapping noises or everywhere. Or, not heard those.
So Tracy, our moderator. How are you, Tracy?
Hey, Tracy.
Hey,
Just want to
Tracy.
say a massive thank you for all the work you do in the chat
absolutely
every
brilliant.
week.
Yeah, awesome
Absolutely
job.
amazing.
Yeah.
Has Liam had any more activity since the Ghost on Trent guys have left?
Yes, and it's really frustrating me because I've actually finished the second draft of the book, and I've got like 3 other things that I could potentially put in the book, and I'm like, oh, that's another like month's work. So I don't know whether to just leave them out or start writing about them. But yes, I have, but I can't really share with you because one of them's quite a big thing that's happened as well, and it's not me seeing the lady yet, unless that was in the window.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm sat in that room now. There's not a lady in the window at the minute, so we're okay at the minute.
So Beardo says he thinks it was Mark's stomach from the pub.
Kebab, Beardo, kebab.
To be fair, we did hear some stomach noises from Mark that night when we were doing the
We did when we
EVP
got back.
session. Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Mad
It
one.
was singing, wasn't
Yeah.
sounded like he had a bass guitarist in there somewhere.
it? Let's take that.
So Roger, how are you, Roger? Liam, now you've seen how Paul and Mark carried out their investigation, do you now regret inviting the team in who you featured in the book?
No, I thought the guys, Awakening the Paranormal, the guys that came the first time round, I thought they were great. They came in and did what they do. They work slightly different to you. They work with gadgets and gizmos and stuff, but they were great guys. They were very respectful, and they did what they came in to do.
And to be honest, they had some good results.
Yeah.
They did
The EVPs.
devices screaming off and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, they did what they needed, and you guys did your investigation your way. And I'm sure if somebody else came into the house, they'd do it a different way.
Different way.
The way it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for me, it's the people thing. I get on with you guys. I trust you. I trusted them as well. So it's
This is
that
it, isn't it?
for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know, you had that thing on, didn't you? What did you call it?
VAR.
What to call it,
What
Mark?
do you call it? What do you call them now?
VR.
God, I had trouble last time on that, didn't I?
VAR.
VAR.
VAR. The VAR.
No,
Mate, I love that GIF you posted. It got me going a bit. I was scratching my head thinking, why has he posted that? And then it clicked in. I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Anyway, did you had a woman in a window vision there, didn't you?
Yeah, there was a woman stood in like a big
It's like a big doorway.
dilapidated building.
Yeah.
Yeah, stood in a window.
But
or a doorway.
interesting.
Dead weird,
Still
isn't it?
interesting.
It's just
Yeah.
interesting, isn't it? To be out of all the things, it had to be like.
It had to be that.
Just I don't know. It's
But again, with
mad,
apps,
isn't it?
It's
It's
just
just
again.
is that picking up your voice because we're talking about it? Has it been picking up what you've been saying? You know as well as I do. If we've been talking about something now, and I go on my Facebook after this,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
So I know that the Ghost Tube word bank, I believe, Steve told me this. So, and I'm pretty sure it's set in stone. So the normal Ghost Tube that we use as the word bank, that no longer has access to your voice.
Okay.
So it doesn't need access to your microphone. Now Ghost Tube see it. I don't know. I couldn't say. I'll drop Amy a message, Amy's Crypt, and see if it does have access. Yeah, just to find out a bit more information on that. But I'm unsure, to be fair. So Debunk, nice name by the way. Debunk, I love it. Evening all. I think Liam is doing an amazing thing for both the paranormal field and cancer charities. As a survivor myself, I applaud you. Thank you also to Ghost on Trent for keeping it real. That's awesome, D.
Thank you, D.
Thank you, D. Sending loads of love.
Yeah. Amazing. Here we go.
When you coming back with your cameras, guys, anyway?
Wow. Oh, don't go there with cameras. Don't go there with cameras.
What have
So,
you done?
I wasn't going to mention anything, okay? So, but I will.
Okay.
So, I purchased a camera from eBay. It's the same one the Ouija brothers use. I got it at a very, very good price. Luckily for me, this guy is a well-known actor. Todd Kramer. Check him out on Google, guys. Been in loads of films. I added him on WhatsApp just so I could speak to him properly. Instead of because the eBay chat, it doesn't allow you to post things like addresses and stuff. It's so strange. Like you want to give someone your change of address that's not on the account so that they can get the product sent to you. And it's saying it's breaching terms of conditions. So I added him on WhatsApp and then found out who he was. I was like, wow, no way, man. I'm buying a camera off this guy. He's American. He lives in the UK. I received the camera, turned it on, was going through the settings, trying to set it up to shoot in 25 FPS, only to find out that it's an American camera, not a UK camera. So, it's got to go back to Canon. It's going to cost £450 for a conversion.
I'm glad I brought that up for you. Well, sounds like a betty one, that.
So it's got to be converted from an NFCT, I think it is, to a PAL,
NTSC.
which we are PAL in the UK. Because if I try and shoot 24, because it'll only shoot 24 lowest frames per second, lights will flicker and stuff because of the hertz that we use over here. It's completely different.
Yeah.
So that's it. NTSC to PAL. That's the one, Spooky Goose. Yeah. So, yeah, it can be done. It is going to get done, luckily. Now, luckily enough, he lives by the Canon factory in London, the main headquarter place where I would have sent it to anyway.
Yeah.
So he's going to take it. I'm going to send it back to him tomorrow. He'll get it by Tuesday. He's going to then take it to Canon, get it done, and then I'll send him the money over. Yeah. And he's a really helpful guy as well. He's helped out massively with a few things. So yeah, good to know. Person who's good to know.
Okay.
But such a nice guy. And I love the American accent.
Was it that camera then, Paul? Was it that camera that?
It's that one I told you about. Yeah. Yes, it's that. It's the same camera basically.
It's the same one.
Is what we were using.
Yeah, that's what we need to use.
The Canon XA55. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so 450 quid. But I'm not too fussed because the camera was such a good price that it's not a big issue to pay that on top. Rather than just getting my money back and then having to find another camera that's in a great condition as that, and it's like brand new, isn't it, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
When I can just pay the 450, I've got the camera then, all we need now is another one. And you know, we will get that. We'll save up for the next few months, 6 months, whatever it takes, you know, to fund it. But yeah, that's what we want now. We want to focus on getting those cameras, don't we, Mark?
Yeah.
They've been on his wish list for a while now. Because it's sound as well with those microphones. When we're turning at the moment with the microphones we're currently using, the small ones, you get like judder and stuff. So we're hearing the sound, and it's very hard in the replay for me to maximise the volume because there's so much background noise.
You're having a lot of glare with the...
A lot of glare as well, blurriness, the autofocus on them. It's just, oh man, it's just shambles, isn't it? But they have been good cameras, the Sony AX53s. They've been really good.
Really?
They've got us channel to where...
Fantastic cameras.
They've got us channel
It's
to where
just
it
that
is
we've
now.
been spoiled
you know.
borrowing them big ones, haven't we?
Yeah, the Ouija brothers have spoiled us. They've done it.
I thought,
I blame Steve. He's always good.
but say them Sonys, mate. I really think they're great cameras.
They are really good cameras. I recommend Sony AX53s to anyone who's just starting out investigating. They've been amazing cameras for us. But we're not going to get rid of the Sonys. We're going to use them as static cams. And that's another reason we will want to upgrade, because we'll have the 2 new ones for the mains, and then we can use the other 2 for static cams. So we've got whole properties covered, haven't we?
That's what we need to start doing.
Yeah.
They're getting everywhere covered.
Everywhere covered. Just in case we capture, I mean, look at this moment we captured with this at your home. You know, and that was just a brief second of a turn.
It's the one room we didn't have. We didn't have a locked off camera in here, did we? Because nothing's really happened in this room over the years.
Yeah.
And this is how it happens, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We had a locked off camera covering pretty much all the rest of the house. So yeah, frustrating. But hey ho.
It's frustrating as well. We never went to the window and
I know, yeah.
filmed the window. It's just
filmed the actual full shot of the window, but we didn't know I was going to catch what I caught.
Oh, of course you don't.
It's one of those situations like the broom gate. People were saying, why didn't you have a camera on the broom? It's like, why would I have a camera on a broom? We didn't know the broom was going to move.
What I'm saying is, as well,
it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating.
I keep it. Was it Barbara who told us that we will start opening up a bit more?
Yeah. And things will start happening more, won't they?
I was breathless in that room, you know, Liam. And what I'm trying to say is I've started having breathlessness, feeling strange when something's happened to us. You know what I mean? We've had things happen. Every time I felt like that, I'm not saying I'm psychic or anything like that, but like with the broom, I felt as though somebody was standing right next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something happened. Now, I had that when I went up them stairs, and you were taking a mick saying you see your old age and all that. But, mate, I only had that in that room.
Well,
that breathlessness.
Weird thing is, Mark, while I've been away this week, I gave my spare key to a lad called Doug. I've called him Doug in the book anyway, that's not his real name. And he came round, looked after the house for me while I was away. And I kept texting him every night saying, anything happened? Because he's one of the guys who's seen the lady. So he lived here for 4 years. He rented this room that I'm in now. He rented this room. So I kept saying, has anything happened? Anything happened? And on the last day, he brought his sister into the house, and she went for a wander upstairs, and she kind of got stopped at the top of the stairs, just like stopped in a tracks in exactly the same spot you were when you were out of breath when you got to the top of the stairs.
Yeah, weird.
She stopped there, waited for a second. He said, "Are you all right?" And he stood at the bottom of the stairs, and she said, "I feel really, really out of breath." Like exactly like you did. At the same spot. So yeah, and I said you're an athlete, so you shouldn't be out of breath.
Athletic kebabs.
Yeah.
Roger, question: I am of the opinion that this is one of the most credible cases of a residual haunting I've come across. Liam, if you looked at this from the point of view of an outsider, would you believe it? That's a great question, Roger. Yeah. That's a great question, mate. That's
a really good question. I'd certainly read it and look at all the facts and stuff. I think the big thing for this is the multiple witnesses that have seen and heard and been there at the same time and stuff's happened. I was talking to the lad last week called Brad, who's one of my mates who's not been in the house for 15 years. I'm still trying to get him to come back round after when he saw the settee lift. I'm still trying to get him round to the house. And he was in that room at the time when 6 people were in that room when that happened. There's just so many multiple witness things that have happened over the 20 years that, if you're reading it and somebody's telling the truth, and I can hand on heart, everything I've put in that book is just, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. That's my thoughts on it. I've not embellished anything or made anything more dramatic than what it was. It's just, that's what happened. So would I believe it? Yeah. If you believe the person, if you trust the person,
exactly.
I've got no reason not to. And I've got no reason to lie for it is the big thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate.
Why
I
would
don't want fame and fortune from it. So
Angela, for the £5 for the camera, thank you so much.
oh, nice
Thank
one.
you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, nice one, Andrew.
Rach Bob 20 started
Get
the
this.
camera fund. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Any donations are much appreciated, honestly.
Awesome.
I don't know if I've missed any more. IP for camera. IP, thank you so much, mate.
IP, thank you. You're going to investigate with us again, aren't you, Liam? You're going to...
Yeah, I
You
want
have to, definitely, 100%.
You offered me a ticket to come with you somewhere. But the other thing, we've got that other investigation we need to do, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Noose and Gibbet. So yeah, definitely, I'd love to come and do that.
Great.
Yeah. It would be great to, because see, I love it because Liam's skeptical as well. So you know,
Well, yeah,
it's like it's taking you away from what's going on at your home
Yeah.
to another supposedly haunted place for you to investigate fresh
Exactly.
and somewhere that you don't live.
yeah.
You know, so it's a new experience.
You're
isn't
looking
it?
at it on the other side of the coin, any like kind
Yeah.
of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll have to learn how to use a camera because you'll have your third camera by then, won't you?
Yes, mate. Well, hopefully. Ghost Squad. Did Doug have anything when he was in the house sitting last week?
No.
Nothing.
No, and he's been there. He's experienced multiple things in the house. He didn't have any, apart from that bit with his sister, where she kind of just said, "I don't feel comfortable here. I'm really out of breath." Exactly as you did, Mark. She said exactly the same thing. So when he was talking to me on the phone, he's not watched your video. I know he needs a slap for not watching it, but he's not watched it. But he is going to watch it, but he's not watched it yet. So he didn't know that Mark had done exactly the same thing at the top of the stairs. And you know as well as that, I've told you about a few people that won't go upstairs in my house because it does have a bit more of an oppressive feeling. It doesn't feel like that at the minute. I'm in that room, as I say, right now, and I don't feel like that, but I sometimes get that feeling in here as well.
Yeah. Wayne Dawson, Liam, when's the movie coming out?
Well, I actually had a meeting last week with a film company. There is actually a play coming out that's nearly written. There's two playwrights that are doing a play, so there will be, can't tell you how many dates yet. There's going to be a play out there in 3 different theatres, which I can't wait. I'll be sat there having a beer watching that. I can't wait to see that. I think that'll be great. But movie side of things, genuinely, I've had chats with the likes of Blumhouse, some big, I mean, they're the biggest, aren't they, with horror movies and stuff. I've had 2 big chats with them last year before they laid off 40% of the staff, I think, at the time. So
There's one problem I have with Blumhouse.
Didn't go anywhere.
They destroyed the Halloween franchise, man. They absolutely destroyed. I've lost all respect for Blumhouse.
But they did. I mean,
you
the
see
biggest
the Halloween
thing they did
movies?
paranormal. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did, mate. I did. But the Paranormal Activity film that they did, I think they filmed it on a budget of about 15 grand, and it made 191 million at box office. So they know
It was
what
a
they're
new
doing.
thing, though, wasn't it? It was a new thing. Like the Blair Witch Project was. That was so big on a low budget.
Yeah.
It was new. It was brand new. Any remake of horrors they've touched. I know they're talking about Saw. They paid for the rights for Saw, I believe.
Yeah, they've got a few quid, haven't
Saw
they?
films. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They can afford it, but they destroy anything they touch. When it comes to a remake, oh god, did they do the Exorcist remake?
Yes. Yeah, they.
I've heard it's terrible. I haven't even watched it.
I've not watched it. Yeah,
I've heard it's terrible. I won't watch it because I've heard how bad it is.
Yeah.
Their reputation, in my opinion, for me, is big no. But that I'm not saying.
No, I don't know. For me,
I'm not saying don't go for it, mate. It's just I don't
I
like.
would just love to see it out there on the screen. I think it'd be amazing to see what it's like my life coming into a film. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, he did it with Easy, didn't he?
It'd be amazing
His
to see
drive,
it.
didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I missed that to Ian. Sorry, mate. Why won't it let me show it?
So,
The donation. Where is it? Oh, it's there. There we go. Did Doug? Yeah, so he's just answered that one for you, mate. But I didn't see the. I don't know if he'd had a donation there or not on the last one, did it? It was just blank. Nice one for that, mate.
Yeah.
Appreciate the 1999. Thank you. God, my eyes have gone.
Mine have.
It'll cost you this repair by the end of this. If you keep it on this live, your camera repair will cost you nothing, but
Might be all right. Hey, to be fair, they're not too bad, you know.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So Chris says, hang on a minute. I find it dead hard to say this. Daphne. Sorry, Daphne. Nice to make a live. Great vid. Nice to see you, chaps. Thank you so much, and appreciate the 26 months. That's massive. Thank you. Oh, they're making me sweat. They are, Mark. Sorry, I've missed loads, guys. I'm ever so sorry if you've sent questions in that aren't highlighted. Debunk again. Is there any pattern to it? Environmental, etc. I'd want Kieran O'Keefe in there with Ghost on Trent and the Ouija brothers doing a proper scientific investigation.
Nothing. There's no pattern. I literally have been writing down dates and times for years now, and there's no pattern. Even people have looked into it, like mediums have looked into it, to see if there's any lunar cycle stuff or anything like that, and there isn't. Not that we can see. There might be, but not that anyone can see that's logically looked at it. So unfortunately not. It's just like every month or so we have a week or two of silliness, and then it might stop for 2 months and then start again. But yeah, I'm welcome. Like I said, I've welcomed you guys back. There's a couple of other invites out there at the minute that you guys know about, but I'll keep that quiet for the time being.
Yep. Definitely. Even Beardo agrees. Cheers, Dale.
They're not anymore. I've got he's a really good filmmaker, the guy that I'm talking to at the minute. So we'll see what comes of it. Might be his next project. We shall see. But I like his stuff. It's like more indie film.
Yeah. See, I like the indie gritty films. Do you like the good, the old gritty English films?
Yeah, you can't beat them, can you?
Yeah, like This Is England and stuff, and
Yeah.
Dead Man's Shoes. Have you seen Dead Man's Shoes? That's like
Yeah.
my number one film of all time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'd love him to do it, to be fair. The Sheffield lad as well, isn't he? Director
Yes.
of that. Shane Meadows.
Shane Meadows.
He's a Sheffield lad. I'd love him to do it, to be fair.
It'd be something brand new for him as well, wouldn't it? Taking on something like this case. Yeah. But he'd do a proper job, wouldn't he?
Get it to him. Somebody get it to him. Get in touch with Shane Meadows. Get him on.
Yeah, does anyone know Shane Meadows? Get on to him. Yeah. I've actually got
a good as well.
Yeah.
I've actually got a good friend of mine who's actually done a bit of work for Sean Meadows before. I wonder if he can get in touch with him.
Well, my mate was in his last thing that he did on TV, the Gallows Pole. Mate of mine was in that. So I was like tapping him, saying, have a word.
Yeah. Have a word, yeah. Definitely.
Love that.
Just looking for more questions. Katie Robert Short, Liam, we don't live far from you. Our houses were on the giant drone shots. She went through when she was younger. Oh, right, okay. So
love it. Okay.
The mum's been going through hauntings as well.
Yeah. There's quite a few hauntings around this little tight area. We're pretty much on that drone shot what you took. There's quite a few reported hauntings around this little bit. So I don't know if it's somebody's relay
I've
line.
had an email.
Like that. I don't know.
I had an email, Liam. Someone in Sheffield who'd seen this video saying that they're going through a haunting at this moment in time. Can we go and check it out?
Okay.
But I'm just in talks with her now. I don't know if anything.
Tell me offline who it is, because they might have messaged me as well.
I think they have spoken to you. Yeah,
you have to let me know offline.
But yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. So Linda says, when will the second boot be going out? Roughly, please.
I don't think I'm going to put any more stories in it. So I've finished the second draft. It'll be ready for October 31st. I want to launch it on Halloween,
Nice.
which is what I did
Halloween.
last time. I want to launch it on Halloween and get a bit of buzz behind it before it's launched.
Will the audio be delayed like last time, Liam, or will we?
Possibly a little bit delayed, yeah. What I want to try and do is get this out for end of October and then do the audiobook ready for Christmas. So you can listen to it Christmas morning, Paul, while you're up in your presents.
Nice. Yeah, I love the
listen
audio.
to my sultry tones.
Lee Broadhurst, thank you so much for becoming a member.
Nice one, matey.
I'm just scrolling through just to see if I can see any more questions, guys. 2 seconds, guys. One or two of our chat members are asking if Liam's children have ever picked up on anything.
Yes, and kind of. So my stepson's 20. He's at Nottingham Trent uni now. I never told him that the house was haunted until he, literally on the day that he was moving out, took him out for a meal and gave him a copy of the book and said, read this when you get away. And he went, that's our house. I was like, I know. So he's involved in one of the chapters in that. And not that he'd seen anything, but a voice was calling out his name that wasn't me. It was another man's voice from the staircase. And it happened 3 times in the same night. My son is only 2, so he's speaking little sentences now, like go away and no, and stuff like that. But he's, I wouldn't know as yet. But there's a video, obviously, that you guys posted on the video of the crib with the hand in the crib.
Yes. Yeah.
So potentially, but he wouldn't be able to tell me if he had.
Yeah. See, that the crib video is interesting.
Do you think that was your mum, Liam? Would you say that was him? I honestly would.
No, I'd love to think it was. All I can tell you at the time is that it wasn't me, it wasn't my wife.
Oh,
and
no,
there were only us 2 in the house and the little one. So I don't know who it was. But it was an hour and a half before we got up. So don't know on that one. It'd be lovely to think that it was. Checking in.
Just looking for any more questions. There's one for you, Liam.
Well, for the play, the playwright said, "Who do you want to come and help with the casting and stuff?" Not just for me, but for me mates to pick who's going to play all my mates and stuff. And they actually said, "Do any of your friends or you want to play in the play? Do you want to play your own role?" And I said, "Definitely not me. I want to be sat in the audience. I want to be sat in the audience with a beer watching it."
Exactly.
But he said, "I'll try and get Tom Hardy to play your role." And I said, well, "Probably you'd be better off with Oliver Hardy than Tom Hardy." But yeah, I don't know. No idea. I've had this conversation with my missus, but it's embarrassing. So, the guy who plays Lucifer, I'd love that. I think he's great, and he's from Sheffield as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
Went to the same school as my dad.
You never know, then, mate. Ian has a question. Do you know if your house is built near a ley line?
I'm literally doing this little bit of research at the minute about the land and stuff. So I've got loads of stuff on the history of the house and previous occupants and stuff like that, which is in for the second book. The land stuff, it's a weird one. Our road is split between Derbyshire and South Yorkshire. The line for the border of that is literally the road that I'm on. So the houses back in the day would have been Derbyshire on that side of the road and South Yorkshire on this side of the road. So there is a big border line there, but other than that, there's a little stream that runs behind the house on that side. We can't see anything that stands out to say that anything's weird about where it is, basically.
Yeah. Joe, thank you so much for the 4 months, mate.
Thank you, Joe.
Hello, Mark and Paul. I have enjoyed every video. Much appreciated.
Cheers, mate.
Awesome.
Beardo, question. How long did you really spend in the pub? No one only goes to the pub for 30 minutes to an hour. Literally, it was like, what, an hour? Just
was
over an hour.
Literally timed it. So I went up there for an hour. You guys were half an hour each. But to be fair, in the afternoon while you were doing your videos, I did go upstairs and have a bit of a drink while I watched the Sheffield United match on the telly.
Yeah, you're watching the game,
for
weren't you?
like 2 hours after we'd been out. So yeah, you guys were busy doing your interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was literally an hour. That was all.
It must just be a Welsh thing, Beardo, where if you go for a drink in Wales, you don't just go for an hour. Let's have a look.
I like what a few people have been saying as well about having a normal night like I would have had back in the day here, rather than like an investigation night. Set the cameras up, but sit and have a beer or have a game of pool, have a game of darts, and see what happens then. Because that's
Just
what the energy is.
normal.
The energy is normally like in the house. It's normally quite a buzzing energy. So maybe that would provoke something to happen a little bit.
Definitely, 100%.
Kaz, I think it's your mum, Liam. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for the 13 months, Kaz.
Yeah. Cheers,
Love to think it was. You never know.
I know you said your youngest child is too young to say anything, but have you witnessed your youngest child or dogs acting or behaving in a certain way to suggest unnatural behaviour?
So, my youngest doesn't see his, we call it nanan or grandma, on his mum's side. And obviously my mum passed in 2020. She met him literally he was 3 days old the day that she passed. So she got to meet him a couple of hours before she passed, bless her, which was lovely. But he has been saying nanan quite a lot, which kind of ties in with what we've just been talking about. But it kind of creeped me out the first time he did it, because I was just changing him on his play mat and he was looking behind my shoulder going, nanan, nanan. I was like, who's taught him to say nanan?
That's weird, isn't it?
It's a bit strange. And he can only say the odd phrases, like I say. He's just starting to put the odd little sentence together now. The dogs, yes.
Cold at it.
The dogs do go a little bit crackers sometimes when stuff is happening. Yeah. Trying to claw through doors and stuff to get to whatever's on the other side of the door when stuff's happening. So yeah, the dogs do act up to stuff.
Yeah, that's strange, that. Emerald Girl, my house is built on the land of an old manor house, and our house is built on old workers' cottage, and my two spirits fit in dress-wise with this. Interesting.
Okay.
Did Liam say he tried to recreate the... Yes, he did, and we haven't touched
you got
that
that
up yet, have we?
Yeah, bring that picture up. So it is. Let me just explain. The camera that I've got is one of these. I think it was off Amazon. It's just a cheap night vision camera.
There we go.
And it says that it was in 2020. It wasn't. That's just the date that my camera brings up every time. This was about 3 days after I'd seen this. So it was. The video came out on the Sunday. I think I did this on the Tuesday or Wednesday that following week, didn't I, to send to you?
Yes. Yeah.
I just had to wait for a night where it was raining, so you can see clearly the difference in quality of the camera. One thing that you will notice on that I've dropped a bit of a ball with, you can see the curtain on the bottom one and you can't on the top one. I did notice that when I literally looked earlier today. So I need to wait for a night where it's raining to get that again. You can clearly see the wardrobe on that top one. And you can clearly see the chair, but you don't see anything else.
Yeah, it's strange.
But it's not I agree, it's not a controlled environment, so it needs to be done properly. I need you guys back to do it.
Same camera and stuff.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, did you say it was raining there or not?
Yeah.
Liam,
It was raining. I waited for a night. It's raining. It's raining on that one. It wasn't raining as hard. It was a miserable day when you guys were, weren't it? Weather-wise, it's lovely to have you guys around, but it was miserable weather-wise.
Yeah, it was me. We always bring that Stoke weather where everyone always
Got a cold, I have bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Mark
Quite.
needs to mute his mic. I'll try and mute it on in a sec.
It wasn't quite monsoon weather.
No, Mark, pass your mic. Still coughing, or you all right now?
I'm all right now. It's fluid.
Bless you.
Yeah. So
What's your thoughts on this then? You're looking at that big sheet. It's not the same angle. It's not quite the same. It needs properly recreating, doesn't it?
yeah. It's. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's very hard, and it's because trying to recreate something with a different camera.
We literally would have to go outside and put a shower on the window or something because it was hammering it down, weren't it?
Yeah, it was proper hammering it down. Yeah. Yeah, it's hot. I can't really say anything from that. To be fair, no.
No.
But look at that bottom one, man. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's too plain for me. It's just bang, it's there, isn't it?
yeah. Just see. So I'm trying to click the
So
comment.
as soon as we do have that, guys, as soon as we've got that camera, we can recreate it. Then I've invited the guys around to do that because I want to see as much as everyone else does.
Yeah,
If we can recreate it.
definitely. We'll try his best anyway, for sure.
Yeah.
We need to be the same cameras for sure. Water on the window, not dirt. I didn't say that it was a dirty window, Liam.
Don't say dirty windows. I'm going to have my thoughts for that because my missus would have me.
That was the first thing you messaged me,
I
wasn't it?
sent Paul a message
Mythos
saying,
is going to get me killed.
I said my missus would have my testicles on sticks if the windows were dirty when you guys came round. So, yeah, it was the house was spotless that day. I think it's probably the cleanest it's ever been.
Yeah, man, it was. It was clean, man. It was very, very clean. Jay Smith, apart from Ghost on Trent's video, is there any other pictures, videos, etc. from the house?
There's plenty on my Facebook page. Yeah, there's plenty of
just
stuff, content on there. So if you just click on videos on the lady in the bay window, William C.
you'll find
plenty of stuff.
You can find quite a bit, can't you, mate, over there?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been posting for what, 2 years on there now?
2 years.
3,
yeah.
2, 3. Yeah.
2. Yeah, just over 2 years. Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff on there.
Let's have a look. How many of us have seen an apparition at our window after heavy rain? Not many, I'd imagine. Great point, Jack.
Yeah, true.
Great point.
Yeah.
It's just, it's one of those things where we're going to investigate a house where a lady has been seen in a window. We go to investigate the house and we catch what looks like a woman in the window. Not the bay window, but a window.
Yeah.
And then he says it's too good to be true. But, it's coincidence, maybe.
Coincidence.
I don't know.
It's got to be a massive coincidence. That is really.
See,
massive.
The floodgates are open for opinion, aren't they? And a lot of people will say, no matter what we say, even with Mythos's breakdown, Beardo's breakdown, me saying I think it's pareidolia, they'll still say you're reaching too far for your conclusion. It's just a ghost. Just admit it's a ghost. So
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. Do you know what I mean? If people want to think that's the ghost, okay, you think that's a ghost. I don't think it is.
No.
That's my opinion.
I really think we've caught something. I really do, because
It's so funny listening to you two because it's two completely different opinions from both.
It is.
So funny. And I'm sort of sat in the middle of both of you going, I just want to see if we can recreate it.
Yeah, definitely.
100%, yeah. I think that would be the best
Logical
option
thing to do,
and
isn't
the logical thing to do is to recreate it with the same cameras. And
We get Mark
try and replicate it.
watering can outside on window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I'm convinced that it's something unexplainable, like you say. But
I mean, who knows? I mean,
I keep saying.
At the minute, it sits in that bracket of paranormal because we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what kind of paranormal it is, that's what we need to investigate as to is it the pareidolia or
Like
is
I
it
keep saying, what is paranormal? What is it?
Not normal.
not normal?
Normal.
Yeah.
And it's not normal to
So-
see that in your window.
No.
No.
Whether it's pareidolia or not, it's not normal to see it.
No.
And it's so much like your mum, God bless her soul. It's
Yeah.
the photograph and that. And if nobody can, pareidolia, it's just got to be, what can I say? It's just, I don't know.
It's very good. It's a very good classic case of pareidolia.
It's like a photocopy of the photograph, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Like an
strange.
old-fashioned
Even
photo.
the stance and everything just looks the same. I mean,
same,
when you sent me
exactly the
that
same.
back, I kind of went, ooh,
I don't know.
wow.
It's just,
It's weird. It's a weird one.
It is. Certainly is.
So Beardo says, this book, The Investigation, has sure as shit fired the imagination. It's brought new eyes to the real guys. I think it's been a rip-roaring success no matter which side you sit on and money raised. Yeah, Beardo, 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, defo. Thank you, mate.
And yeah, 100%, Liam. You've really helped your case that you've got to put it out the way you have in a book. You've let us investigate your home, which we can't thank you enough for.
God, yeah.
You
I
know,
enjoyed it, mate.
and
Probably enjoyed it as much as you guys. So it was
yeah.
good.
I mean, we loved every minute of it,
Oh,
didn't
it was
we?
mint. It was really good, yeah.
It was something brand new for us.
And you were fantastic, by the way.
You were, mate.
You really
Mate,
brought it to the
mate.
We can't thank you enough, mate. Honestly, we
No,
owe you
you
one.
guys were great.
Yeah,
We really do.
And it's just another 45 grand raise as well because I was stupid and did an abseil for him yesterday for the charity. So it's just gone
Yeah,
over
seen that.
45
Yeah, well
grand.
done, mate.
I was
Wow,
breaking
that's incredible.
that. That's what I'm scared of, heights. So, and it didn't even look that
you
high
are
when you.
petrified.
It did. It looked high when you walked over the other side of the fence and looked down, but it didn't look that high. So I was like,
No, well done, mate. You've done really well there. Your mate's in Mythos, Liam.
Mythos.
Evening, gents.
You weren't
Better late
dirty
than never.
windows.
Yeah.
I loved how you looked into it. To be fair, mate, I watched the video while I was away last week. It was brilliant. The only bit I could pull you on is they weren't dirty windows.
His lady was going at him about these dirty windows, mate.
It's like everyone thinks you've got dirty windows online. Oh, no.
Lynn says, Ghost on Trent, you search for the paranormal, so when something strange happens, how much do you want this to be paranormal? At least, maybe it could be.
Absolutely spot on.
Yeah, for me, right, I'll tell you my point of view. I know the paranormal is real. Yeah, 100% the paranormal is real from my experience. Poltergeist activity, without a shadow of a doubt, I have experienced it. Yeah, so I know it's real. Since I've been looking for it, I've never ever had that same experience again. I've never had that experience where I can say that was paranormal. There's always been some sort of logical explanation or no explanation at all, which has remained open. And still to this day hasn't been debunked. But still I think logically, okay, it could have been a rat that knocked that broom over. It could have been a gust of wind that knocked that broom over. I think logical. So for me, I just want the truth. So if I can go on an investigation and something happened, like the broom, which was a classic case, because that's probably the best thing I think we've had happen, the broom.
Yeah, the broom.
Because it's the way it slammed and hit the deck, it was unexplainable.
It bounced.
Well,
It bounced.
it's so loud. It's just so loud. So for me, I can't say it's 100% paranormal because I don't have the answers to it. We didn't have a camera on it, like some people said we should have done. But why would you film a brush that you didn't even know was going to move? It's just senseless. So I have to be logical, and I want the truth. So for something to be paranormal for me now, I have to feel the same way as I did before. And experience something so good that it's undeniable proof of paranormal for me. Whether the cameras capture it or not, I would
I
know
think
whether.
you've got to be so lucky to get that.
Of course you have.
Don't you?
It's 1 in a million, man. It's like winning the lottery, I think. Well, I'm
Well,
37.
Put it this way, I've been here 20 years and I've not seen the lady. I've seen poltergeist activity with my own eyes, so I'm with you on that. But I've not seen the lady that everyone else, that 6 other
Yeah.
people have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so difficult because some of our viewers will believe everything is paranormal, and that's fine. You know, that's their opinion. I'm not gonna shit on those people, but you've got to use logic. You've got to use logic. It doesn't help when you've got certain channels brainwashing everyone. I mean, I'm going to go into a rant, so I'm going to stop. YouTube is a bad place for paranormal. A bad place. But it just happens to be we're on that platform. We're the good guys, along with many others that do it properly. It's just a shit show, you know. No, Mythos, I won't rant away. I'm going to shut up now. Mark, take over. Take over.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
Do you think? Do you think we'll ever capture something paranormal? Right,
knows?
guys, I'm just going to go for a quick smoke and
knows?
calm my blood levels down. Get the blood pressure down a bit.
Blood pressure down. Who knows? I can't even see these comments icon, guys. So
I was talking to Paul about this sort of stuff last week, and I just kind of said, because all the comments were going through and stuff about is it something in the window, is it not? And I kind of just said you can only influence what you can influence. So you can put it out there and ask the question,
100%.
what do you think it is? And let people have their own opinion.
People might laugh at me, but you know, I think we've caught somebody. I really do, Liam. It's so strange, mate. Honestly. But other people have obviously got their opinions, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I really think
time will tell when we get the same camera on
definitely
it.
100%.
Same angle, everything in the same controlled experiment with it. Let's have a look, see if we can recreate it, because that would be amazing if we could recreate it, but it'd also be amazing if we couldn't. If we can't recreate it, then it's really weird.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. But I was going to say them bangs as well, Liam. Them are strange, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
and obviously I didn't know about these until 2 weeks after the day, and on that day, after the night had finished, we kind of all looked at each other and said, it's been really quiet. We had breakfast in the morning, didn't we? I cooked a fry up for everybody and said, it was quiet. I'm sorry it's been quiet. I really wanted you guys to capture something. But obviously we didn't know
them bangs were there.
A couple of weeks later when you check for all the stuff. So, yeah. But even though it was quiet, it was a good, it's a cracking day.
Oh yeah, it was, mate. Honestly, 100%. Yeah. What was I going to say about that woman having what's her name? Having that breathlessness like me. That was dead weird. That was, mate. Honest.
Like I say,
every time I have something like that, something happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dead strange, isn't it? It's how you.
Well, we thought. Do you know when we were talking about that? So we're stood in the room that I'm in now. We were stood talking. You're kind of stood where I am, and I was in this corner over here, and Paul was just out in the hallway pointing the camera across at both of us.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's put the video out there, and I basically said straight after that, I said, "You've got the cameras rolling," because we heard a noise, and the noise that I heard sounded like it was like a murmur, like a wail or something, like a female's wailing noise.
Yeah.
But whether it's power of suggestion or not, we both heard the same thing.
Both exactly the same time.
Paul didn't hear it, and the cameras didn't pick anything up.
No.
And again, is that something paranormal, or is it a case of
I don't know.
You just don't know, do you? Because nothing was picked up on the camera.
See, you start thinking all stupid things like, "What is the cat outside?" You know.
Yeah.
It's as daft as it sounds.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Paul asked straight away, was it a car going down the road? And it was like, no. It definitely sounded like a sort of noise.
You never heard that, did
you on about that one on the landing?
That was mad, that was.
Yeah, I never heard that.
That was strange. Yeah.
I'm calm and collected now, guys.
You wind you up that bad?
Yeah, man, it just winds me up. It just winds me up.
At the end of the day,
It wasn't, sorry, Lynn, it wasn't you, by the way, winding me up. It's just, I get wound up so easily. Trying to explain ourselves. Because
You don't
believe
need
it or
to.
not, we still get
do we?
called fake. Believe it or
let
not.
them call us fake. We know we're not fake. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't let it wind me up. We are what we are.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I've had people give 1-star reviews for the book, which is their opinion. They can give a 1-star review, but the thing that frustrates me with that, it's all for a cancer charity, and someone's gone out of the way to give a bad review for something that's raising money for a charity. It's just beyond me. If you don't like it, put it down and walk away. And if you like it, then give it a nice review.
There's some strange people out there, mate.
I've been doing a bit for charity for cancer research as well, Liam. Like, you know what I mean? Been doing it for about 2 years now.
Yeah. The
about
bike
2
ride.
years. Bike ride. I'm doing one in July. Bike ride, 300 miles.
Press ups, sit ups.
I did 100 press ups a day. I did the plank. You know.
He really is an athlete.
Yes,
I tried. Me. Oh yeah.
He tries to be. Doesn't he?
Love it, mate.
No, bless him. It's all good.
Fair play to you. Well done.
It's all good for the good cause.
Yeah.
The Ghost Squad. I've got to go now, guys. Have a great night.
Yeah.
And again, it's been fantastic. Take care.
Yeah. Good
Take
night.
care, guys.
Good night.
Cheers, guys.
And thank you so much for the kind donations.
Yeah, really appreciate it. I can't speak. I can't.
So yeah, I mean, it's great. The capture was great. Do I think it was paranormal? No. What would it take for me to believe something was paranormal? Would be to have the same experience I've already had. And I think, in a way, when you've had a paranormal experience once, it's going to sound stupid, this is, but you become more skeptic.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid, but
I don't think
you're
your brain
searching
works
for that.
If you when we first started, we were hearing noises. We were going, "What was that? Oh, did you hear that?" And all that case. But now we've got used to them natural noises and everything. We can obviously debunk them, but some of the sounds we've had, mate, you know what I mean, out there.
Yeah.
Like like that little girl that's weird.
Yes.
That game.
Yeah.
That. Now, that was. How can you debunk that?
We've had some good things.
You know what I mean?
But still not enough to convince me. even though I've had a paranormal experience.
Exactly. What can you say?
At a young age. I was only 15, 16 at the time, so it's it's difficult. The paranormal is a difficult field to be in. It's a very stressful field. It's difficult.
If we got something stand in front of us and form in front of us, people say, "Oh,
you're fake.
You
can't win. You just can't win.
You can't win anyway, can you? You know what I mean?
Regardless. So, you just have to do it for yourself.
You do it for yourself.
We enjoy what we do.
That's why I say a lot of the time, leave it to our viewers as well. Let them comment and see what they think as well, Liam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
but that's what we did. That's what we did for a week.
Yeah.
And got slated for it.
Doesn't matter,
That's what we did for a week.
Yeah.
And we started comments like, "Why are you milking this? Why are you dragging it out?"
Why?
No. We for one, yes, I am milking it, and I'll tell you why I'm milking it. Oh, here we go again. Let me just I'll tell you why I'm milking it, right? Because we don't get the views that the fakes get. So when I capture something that could be potentially a ghost, that people think it's a ghost, and in the comment section, it's there in black and white, people saying it was a ghost. My inbox was blowing up. Do you see what you captured at 51 minutes something on the video? So I'm milking that cow 100% for views, for revenue, to save up for new cameras. Who wouldn't? I mean, it's okay for the fakers that blatantly fake every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views, and everyone's in the comment section, "Wow, you were the best on YouTube, the best on YouTube." No, you're not. You're full of shit.
At the end of the day,
do you know what I
we
mean?
come out here and we do it for ourselves and the viewers.
Yeah.
So if they want to fake, no matter what you do or what you say, Liam, guys, they're going to fake. You can't do anything about it, can you? What can you do about it?
No.
As long as you keep real and you know you're real, and you
It
go
just
out there.
frustrates you, though. It just
Of course
frustrates,
it frustrates you.
That, that people come at us for telling the truth when you've got these people frauding the viewers week in,
I-
week out, and they believe
Forget
that shit.
them now.
You know,
Let's get back to the woman.
yeah, yeah.
who's
Exactly.
in the
I
what
vote-
we've all three of us have caught.
I vouch for you guys, and that's the only reason that you were the people that I chose to come and do this house, investigate this house. So I'm with you guys.
Appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate it. And I want to apologise to everyone in the chat. I'm sorry. You know, I don't mean to be. It just. Yeah. So, Beardo, I have 100% faith in Ghost on Trent. I also believe there is something to Liam's house and story that sits outside the realm of normal. I'm a fatalist. Fatalist.
Well, you're doing well, you are, Beardo.
Hey, you're looking well, man. Last time I saw you, Beardo.
Looking all right, man. Brother. You see,
We'll get him up here to that kebab house when he's.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll take you for a proper kebab, Beardo. Angela, it seems to me, Ghost on Trent, that you debunk yourself. Are you afraid of others' reactions, or you actually said you believe what you saw is paranormal? Love you guys, by the way. No, Angela. So I think we've just discussed that. To be fair, I like to be logical. So yes, we do debunk ourselves because if we can, we will. A classic case of this, Beardo covered this. I don't think no other debunker did. Which, for me, I think everyone should have been jumping at this. But we appreciate Beardo for this anyway. We were actually in a house, it was a little toll house, wasn't it, that belonged to a railway. And we heard that, like a dragging noise from upstairs. We were upstairs.
Yeah.
And luckily I had a static cam down there. And it was vibrations from the road that made the sleeve on the coat fall. And we debunked it, you know. That's what we do. We show the truth. And people slate us for it. No, how can you say it's that when it could have been a poltergeist?
You did it when
How
you were at
dare
mine.
you?
To be fair, Paul, you did it at mine when we heard after that when me and Mark thought we'd heard that wailing sound. You then said, "I think I can hear some tapping noises coming from the master bedroom, which is where that bay window is."
Yeah.
We walked in there, and straight away, both of us said, "It's rain tapping on the window."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it did. It literally sounded like somebody tapping on the window, but it was
Yeah, it
rain
did.
tapping on the window ledge because it was hammering it down.
Yeah.
So that's what we
You
tell
just
you.
being honest. You just being honest, aren't
We're
you?
just being honest.
Well, there's times
Yeah.
we can't debunk, isn't there?
There's times that we can't debunk exactly. And that's where we become stuck and we're like, we can't debunk it. Debunkers, can you debunk it? Can you help us?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's. If you're a truth seeker like we are,
Well,
you want to go through every single logical explanation for that happening, so that you can say, okay, we have no explanation. We've looked at every logical reason for it to happen. That didn't happen, so therefore we can't explain it. There's a chance now that it could be paranormal, you know, and that's what gets you closer to the truth. For me.
Will anybody ever find out what paranormal really is, do you think?
Well, this is what we try to do, isn't it?
Because no matter what you find or whatever you see, there's always somebody saying, no, it isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say, no, it's not that because it was this. And you're thinking, in a minute.
Yeah, but if you can easily explain something, then you can. You know, you've got to look at the logical explanation, haven't you? Linda, when you have anything happen paranormal, you want more to happen to believe. Exactly. You do. You really do. And that's what we're chasing.
But if paranormal's based on energy, and you can only just do that little bit, you can't do any more, what do you know?
Yeah, because we have said this before, have they used all the energy straight away?
You know, they can't do anything
then
else.
it stops.
It stops, you know what I mean?
Because we don't know how it works, do we? No one does.
Nobody ever know. Well, they can say they know, but they don't, do they?
Exactly, yeah. So, sorry guys, I'm just going back through. God, I'm way behind, I think. Way behind. Yeah, I am. Wow, let me catch up.
And like I said, I can't see these, so if there's anything being asked of me, I can't see it.
There's so many. Beardo again. Paul, let me shout at people for you. You've done far better than those showers of shit. Liam inviting you says it all. No, I know, mate. You know what I'm like, though. But, no. I've calmed down now.
Don't let it get you down. Just keep doing what you're doing. Influence what you can influence.
Yeah.
So Martin says, has Mark ever experienced anything paranormal out of YouTube?
Not really. I had that thing with my granddad, didn't I? It was like called Johnson Matthews in Stoke-on-Trent. Like a big printing thing. And the guy before that, he was a security guy. My granddad was a security guard, not guard on there, like. And he says, "You fancy a walk around with us?" Like I said, "Yeah, I'll come round with you." I was about 19, something like that. And we were walking round, and it got lifts there, like from one floor to the bottom floor where all the print was, and it was like proper gold prints and that, like, you know what I mean? So as we were walking round, have you ever heard a lift when it comes and goes, just settling? Now there's nobody on that building. It's a massive building. There's nobody in there at all. And that's what. Now, even my granddad, and he was dead. There's no such thing. Even he put his arm in front of me, like I said, "Whoa, what was it?" You know?
Yeah.
There's somebody getting out this lift now, because he could hear it settle. Now I don't know if he was paranormal. I don't know, but I think that's the only thing I've really had.
Yeah.
You know, apart from dreams, I suppose, but I don't know. Again, was it paranormal or was it? I don't know. I just don't know.
Angela for the 2. Thank you so much.
Nice.
You're the real thing, never doubt that. Really appreciate that, Angela.
Agreed.
IP once again. Camera, let's get it fixed. Oh man, honestly, I can't wait to get my hands back on it. God, we're way behind. I'm sorry, guys, if we missed anything. We've been too busy chatting away. It is hard to keep up with chat, to be fair.
I might have to turn a light on. I'm really sat in pitch black here.
Yeah, you're in night vision. You're in night vision now, mate.
Yeah, I'll get a light on.
Got a bit of an investigation going on here, guys. There we go.
Is that better? Slightly better.
Slightly better, mate, yeah. Wow, I'm way behind. Sorry if I've missed any donations or anything. The Mad Wecker, Ghost on Trent being real. Don't ever change, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for the 10 months membership. Wow, look at all these, mate.
I've only just realised that I can go full screen so I can see the comments as well.
Oh, can you?
An hour and 45 minutes in.
It always happens, mate. So I think we've covered most of the questions. I can't see any more questions. Oh, so Tracy says, will there be a part 2 at Liam's house, Paul? Guessing there will be, Liam.
I think there will. Yeah. I think there's going to be one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
For sure.
Defo. Yeah, we'll come back to that some stage. We need to discuss a couple of things offline and sort stuff out. But yeah, we've got this piece coming up with the Noose and Gibbet, which we've got permission to have the whole place, haven't we, including the hotel side of the pub.
Yeah.
That should be interesting because that's got a really dark history to that place. And it ties into my house as well. So yeah, the lady who we think is the lady in the bay window was born there, lived there. Her dad, her granddad, and her great-granddad were landlords there. And then she moved to my house and died in this house. So we think it's her that people have seen. But yeah, that'd be an interesting one, that.
Yep. Definitely. And it is reputedly haunted.
Very, apparently. Yeah. Where they used to gibbet people in the cages. They'd hang them in York and then bring them back and put them in a cage for 30 odd years outside the pub.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Right, there is questions. Oliver says, any more investigations with the Ouija brothers? Love it when you guys are together. Yes, I'm sure there'll be many more with the Ouija brothers. 100%.
I'm saying note.
Sorry, I can't say that. Liam, what's the name again, mate? Sorry, I'm ever so sorry, by the way.
What name?
Daphne. Is it Daphne?
Daphne.
Daphne.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daphne. I just can't pronounce that. Super
Daphne.
great to chat with you, weirdos, and to see you, Liam and Ghost on Trent. It's been wonderful. Thanks again for all you do. Hope to see you all soon. Cheers. Yeah, see you soon.
Thank you.
Daphne, take care. Thanks for popping in. And I'm so sorry I can't say your name. I'm terrible with some of these names, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a great chat. I think we've got across what we wanted to get across.
Yeah.
Interesting debate.
It
Sure, I'm going to
continues.
get slated for milking the cow all the more. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not bothered anymore.
No. Well, we aren't milking anything, are we?
No.
It's there. It's there.
Yep.
Well, look, mate, as soon as you've got this camera fixed, the invite's there. Get yourself round here, both of you. Yeah, chuck in some water on that window, and let's
I
see
will
if we
try
can
and,
recreate this thing.
Recreate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the only thing you can do, isn't it?
So Oliver says, I joined the chat late. What was the final conclusion in the ghost in the window? So,
VAR.
VAR.
Yeah.
So Mark, what's your final conclusion?
My final conclusion. I honestly think we've caught something. I don't care what anybody says. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And the more I look, I'm hoping to God. I'm not hoping to God. I know. I think that's your mum, Liam. I really do. But why would I just don't. It is. I really think it is something. Honestly.
What about you then, Liam? What's your final?
I would love to think what Mark's just said. I think it's quite funny, like I said before, because I think you're pushing towards it being pareidolia. Paul, Mark, you're saying you've captured something, and I am sat right in the middle of the two of you, saying it could definitely be something, but I just want to do a proper logical sit down, try and recreate it. That's where I'm at. I think it could be something. I think it could be one of the best things you guys have ever captured, and potentially one of the best captures of a apparition. It could be, or it could be pareidolia.
What did we say about Dudley Castle? About that woman? What was on that? The white lady in the white lady, is it or something?
Yeah.
Now, have you seen that?
The photograph.
Of her
outside Dudley Castle. Yeah.
It's weird. It's just. The more I look at it now, the more I can. Obviously, I am going to say that on him because I believe that. But
yeah,
you've got to be.
There's three of us involved in this, and there's three kind of different. Well, they are all three completely different opinions, aren't they? At all ends of the scale, which is great to see. Yeah, it's not. We're all going, yeah, it's definitely a ghost, or it's definitely not a ghost. It's kind of, it's still open to debate. So you can milk that cow.
Yeah.
I'll just say, like I said earlier, without this image that's on screen now, it's pareidolia.
Even
when you bring in this image, my opinion changes just out of respect for Liam.
Mate, it doesn't. Genuinely, I don't need that. You know what I'm like? I loved my mom. She was great, but it's hard to say. I suppose it could be my mom stood at that window, and it's the sort of thing she would do to support me when the night is quiet, like it was, like we thought it was very quiet all day. We didn't know about them sounds, as I was talking to Mark earlier, until 2 weeks after, when you'd gone through the footage. So to us, the next morning when I'm cooking your breakfast and we're having a chat about it, it was a quiet day. It was a quiet night until we got this and we got those noises. So it could be. It could be her showing up to show some support. Could be.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't hang me hat on it.
No.
It's.
But it's a great. I mean, if it's pareidolia, it's a great.
It's a bloody good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very good.
It's a very good one. It's a very, very good one.
I've always thought about pareidolia looking at clouds. They always change, don't they?
Yeah.
And the more you look at that, the more clear it comes of being a woman.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Because if you look round, can you see anything else? I can't see. I don't know. No, I can't. I'm looking at. If I'm looking at that now, I'm looking at that picture there as well. I can actually see. The
See,
more I look, the outline and everything.
this is a great point.
Yeah.
B, with all due to respect, we need to remove emotion from this.
Definitely.
100%. And
that's-
that's probably the wording I was looking for.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
And that's
a
where
good
I
word.
stand.
Yeah.
And I aren't saying it to make Liam feel better. I'm saying it because that's what I can see.
Yeah.
I can see Liam's mum there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it because Liam's here. If I didn't see Liam's mum there, say, sorry, mate, I can't see that. I can see something else. But I can honestly see that.
Yeah.
Now, that's me. What other people see, different from me, that's their opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Everyone's going to see things. I mean,
course
there was some people in the comments that did say, "What woman? I don't see a woman."
yeah,
I know, yeah, I got that.
So
there were a
was
few
people that didn't see.
And to be fair, I think when Beardo looked at this, he didn't see the same woman that we're seeing now.
yeah.
You were seeing another face sort of above that, I think, from what I
yeah.
was making out. Yeah. So,
yeah.
people will see different things, I think, when you look at this stuff.
I think this one is very opinionated, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the logical explanation is pareidolia.
Of course, yeah, but it's like we say, really, really good pareidolia.
Yeah.
In fact, it's amazing.
It is.
Pareidolia.
Yeah. Really good.
If it is. If it is.
Yeah.
Now.
But yeah, so, I think we've said enough about...
So conclusion is we don't know where we're at.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
When-
I mean,
we've been a great
I'm guessing I should...
Pity we couldn't have a vote in it.
You could do a poll, can't you?
You can do a poll somewhere, but I don't know.
And let's see,
can do it,
the honest truth about what people
Interesting.
think.
I don't
See
know
what
if,
they think.
I don't know if I can do a poll, I don't know how you do it on here. On StreamYard. I don't think you can.
Can't you?
No. That's a shame.
That'd be interesting, that would, wouldn't it?
You just have to do a post on Facebook and say, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, and we'll count them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we've cleared it pretty
Yeah.
good, to be fair. There's not a lot you can say about it. I mean, it's just it's a figure that's in the window that's never been seen in that window before.
Yeah.
Does it look like your mum on her wedding day? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Is that a coincidence? Possibly. Take that away from the equation, so take the emotion away from it. It's,
Does it
for
look
me,
like a
it's
woman?
pareidolia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, again, my point of saying things is, when you look at that from another point of view, what do you actually see? What's the first thing you see in that window if it's pareidolia? Is a woman, isn't it? Well, I do.
Yeah.
What does anybody else think?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Beardo says, not a lot to say about it. We have been on about it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's been
good.
It's been good. It's been a good chat. It's been nice to catch up
We
with
still haven't
everyone.
got it anyway.
Still got no
But I think that's what tonight was about us giving our opinion on it, because there were 3 of us involved that day. Well, 4 actually, because Joe, the historian, was there early on in the day. But
yes,
us 3 were there all day and night, and we just wanted to get our opinions across on what we thought.
exactly.
It was, which we've done. But there's still more to come.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. That's my opinion anyway.
Stony, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. Question: if you didn't have the picture to compare it with, would you still think it was your mum?
I didn't. Before my dad sent me that picture, I just saw a lady in that window.
Yeah.
My mom had shoulder length brunette hair, like you've just seen in that picture, and that's what that lady looks like. But obviously, I didn't know my mum at that stage when she was getting married, when she had a hair like that. So I knew her to look slightly different. That was before I was born. But obviously, my dad sent me that picture straight away, and I went, bloody hell, it looks like my mum when she was younger. So yeah, before I saw that picture of my mum, no, I just thought it was a lady in the window. But I don't see my mum as my dad does on the wedding day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have all sorts of questions now, aren't you? You can say, why would she show herself as a younger person so that you wouldn't recognise her? You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And all this. But do spirits go back and... Nobody knows, do they? You know,
No.
why didn't she show herself how you saw her last and all this caper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they say when you go to heaven, so they say that you get better if you've been poorly, don't you? Like, you know what I mean? You show yourself in a younger... I don't know.
That's something else you mentioned the other night, Mark, what Lynn said. The
Well,
pareidolia might have been the only way she could show herself.
yeah.
Because really, in theory, who knows?
Nobody knows.
Who actually knows?
Can anybody come and tell us three and say, you know...
You definitely know what's happening.
Definitely know what's happening. Because nobody's been to heaven, have they, if there's an heaven?
No.
Nobody's died, have they? So how do they know? You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. It's been a very tough one. I think it's our most controversial capture to date. It's certainly brewed a storm. But in a good way.
Yeah.
If anything, it sold loads of books and made loads of money for a cancer charity off the back of it as well. So that's good.
It's brilliant. Exactly, really good.
It's all gone to a good cause and stuff.
Yeah.
But I love hearing people's opinions
I
as
do,
well.
it's great.
Now, I haven't shied away from these opinions. I mean, look at
Yeah.
the thumbnail to this live, guys. I've put everything on there. It's not like I'm hiding the fact that I want this to be a ghost, like some people have suggested throughout the week, slating me for it. You're milking the cow. You're saying you caught a ghost when you haven't. And blah, 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 blah. But I'm actually showing real comments from people that have said there's nothing even there. Or, oh, yes, that does really look like a lady in the window.
It does, doesn't it?
But it does. It really does.
It really does look like Liam's mum. So
we can only show you what we've captured, guys. You know, we can only bring you the truth from that night of what we captured.
And I don't think we'll ever find the truth, will we, of that photograph?
No.
Because
it'll be interesting to see how well the replication goes, trying to replicate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm looking at it now. There's nobody there at the minute, so we're okay at the minute. There's nobody stood at the window at the minute.
Do you know where you're looking then, Liam? Is there any reflection of the door or the wardrobe in it now?
No.
Where Paul was sitting?
No,
There's
nothing. So if you looked at that image I took earlier, where I tried to recreate it, that's what you see. You just see the reflection of the wardrobe and the chair. That's what you see.
Yeah.
You don't see anything else. But like we did say before, and I know we've gone through this a million times, but there is rain on the window.
Yeah.
Not dirt.
Well, the raindrops, aren't they? So have them raindrops suddenly clustered all together to make a black outline of hair?
Strange, isn't it? So, James Tillstone, think you guys are amazing. Local lads to me. Your videos are great. Mark always cracks me up with his jokes and glasses. Keep up the great videos. Much appreciated, mate.
Cheers.
Glad you enjoy us. Do you know your webcam, Liam?
Yeah.
That you're using now? Has it got a long wire on it so you can like show us the window, or is it?
No,
is
I
it
can
not?
pick the laptop up if you want.
Yeah. Let's give everyone a bit of an exclusive. Let's try and show them the room.
Hold on,
if we
let
can.
me unplug a second. So that's the window. That's the window behind there. So it's.
Is there any? Can
you sit where Paul was sitting?
Yeah. Could you turn it round to where I was sitting or not?
Give me a second. I'll reach far enough. I might have to unplug my mic, so sound might go a bit crap. But
okay, mate.
See that? Look, see it.
See, there is that reflection right there, isn't there?
Now that's pareidolia, what you're seeing there now.
Yeah.
See it there, and that reflection's there, but the woman is by the side of that. You know what I mean?
Can we blow Liam up? Can we take ourselves off this and blow Liam up? 1 sec. Let's.
Just unmuting myself, guys.
Ken, see now, Liam. Both me and Mark are seeing a face there now, even just here.
Okay.
It's so strange.
But
I don't know what you guys are seeing at home.
Yeah. Can't you?
This is pretty much the same angle that you were sat at, isn't it? So that chair would have been. Oh, let me try and move this chair. Whoop.
We're going to put you back on full screen, Liam,
Yeah,
so
you're
you
right.
won't be able to hear us, mate.
It's kind of like that, isn't it? So if I moved it across that way a bit or that way, up or down. I can see. Well, I can just see the reflection of the wardrobe at the minute. I don't see what we saw before.
Yeah,
What are
see,
you thinking? What are you thinking?
I can see what I've seen in the video. It's strange, man. It's because it's not fully there, but it's there, if that makes sense.
Okay. We just need, if we can do it on the same camera.
We will
And
replicate.
this is not a webcam. This is just on my laptop, so it's a rubbish camera, as you can see.
Put that photograph up of the lady again, Paul. The one where you pan round. Now just look at that. Come on. It's totally, man. It's totally. And there's, if the side there is where that wardrobe is.
Yeah, but that could be the curtain. That could be the curtain.
Is that the curtain?
Yeah. Now, don't forget, it's double glazing, isn't it, Liam?
Yeah.
So you've got 2 panes of glass like this, right? You've got and I'm sitting at an angle of those 2 panes of glass. Now, if you notice in a double glazed window, it's doubled. The reflection is always doubled from the side, a slight. Do you get what I'm saying? So It reflects from the first pane and then it reflects from the second pane. That can cause like a sort of a blur motion. And it's
That's still wow. It's that one.
We will replicate it when we come back, Liam. We'll replicate it, mate, and we'll try his best to get that moment.
Mate, yeah, come and spend as long as you want here to do that. Just have a look at it, see if you can replicate it.
Yeah.
And we shall see.
But yeah, nevertheless, it was a great capture.
Yeah.
You did well to spot it, to be fair. I don't think I'd have spotted that looking back from the video. So
it was only when I'd rendered the video and I was going, because I always have to go back and watch it all the way through to see it, make sure I've made no mistakes or anything like that. Especially with the sound volume can go up and down and you think, oh man, I've got to go back in and change that. So literally I was just doing the initial run through to make sure it was okay, ready for upload. And I was like, what? And that's when I sent it to you. I was like, let's see what Liam thinks. But yeah,
it's a good one, mate.
it was great investigation. Really enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah,
and we want to thank you once again, mate.
Yeah.
No, thank you
Really
guys. You've been awesome. You've honestly been awesome, and more than welcome to come down whenever. So you know that.
I won't try not fall asleep next time because
It was
make sure you bring some more make sure you bring some more oat cakes because we can't get them like that.
yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. I'll bring a load, then you can freeze some.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Right, guys.
definitely.
Right then, guys, we've got to shoot because little Lynn's in bed. My lady's got to wake up for work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
And, I'm going to get a Chinese one.
we want to thank you so much for everyone who's joined in.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and what did you say, Liam, about the poll? Put the thumbs up on Facebook.
I think you should do a post and put thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys just do a post and say, do you think it's a ghost? You can't sit on the fence. Do you think it's a ghost or not? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Or even comment on his page or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
definitely.
we'll put a poll up and see what people think. But it's been a mixed bag of reviews, to be fair.
And that's how it should be.
Mixed comments, and that's the paranormal for you. There's always going to be different opinions.
Of course it is.
You know, you can debunk something and people will still say it's a ghost no matter what. and that cannot be helped.
It's just very
It's just-
interesting on people's views, and that's what I say.
Yeah,
And I still think we've caught something.
yeah,
I do, honestly. I really do. And then we'll see when we replicate it, eh?
yeah. Try his best to see if we can
Definitely.
replicate it.
100%.
But thank you so much for everyone who's kindly became a member tonight and donated.
Yes,
We really appreciate it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Those cameras are getting closer and closer now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah. Thanks for joining in, Liam.
Yeah.
No, thank you, guys. Thanks
Great
for having me
talking
again.
to you again, Liam. Honest to God, mate. Honestly.
Yeah,
No, thanks
keep in
very
touch,
much.
Can't
mate,
wait
if
for
you do.
football season start.
I shall do. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Mint. Good mint.
Right. Good night, all.
Good night.
And
Hey, guys.
thank you all once again.
Yeah.
Sorry for the little rant,
No, you're all right.
but I'm sure
you.
you appreciate where I'm coming from. But
Yeah,
thank you all.
there's,
And we've got a good video coming next week, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Next Sunday.
Yeah. Really
It's a good one, guys. You don't want to miss it. Trust me.
Honest, it's a good one.
It's a corker.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's-
yeah.
I didn't have time to edit it today. I was going to give everyone a little snippet of the video, but I haven't had time to do it.
We've got a few things coming up, haven't we?
We have got a few interesting things coming
Very
up.
interesting.
Okay.
It's I must admit, Liam, since we've investigated your home and put it out on YouTube for all to see, we've had a lot of people coming forward now that want us to
Good.
investigate their places, even businesses and stuff.
And
So-
what we're going, we've
really
got
good.
one coming up very. We want you come with us, Liam,
Yeah.
on one of them.
yeah.
Definitely, if you want to.
It's not like that Hell House, is it?
Oh no,
No,
no.
no.
Yeah, I don't fancy that.
Hell House was hell.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take you to hell, mate.
But yeah, please.
But yeah.
More than happy to come along, guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Great stuff.
Love to.
Right then, guys.
yeah,
Thank you all.
yeah.
Much appreciated. Great to speak to you, Liam.
Thanks, guys. Lovely
Yeah.
to speak to you as well.
There was 2 monkeys in a bath.
Was he?
Yeah. One went, "Whoa, whoa, ha, 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 ha." The other one said, put some cold water in there. That's a bad one, isn't it?
Right. Good night, all. See you later.
Cheers. See you in a bit, guys.
Good night.